Unity of Walnut Creek, good morning. Please rise and body your spirit. Take it away, band. Please rise and body your spirit and join us in singing. How's everybody doing at home, by the way, and online? Great to have you here. We got folks outside. If you are so moved, you're probably going to want to move your body for this. Stand up. Join us. Here we go. You got the power. You've got the presence. The one and only. The living essence. The light's inside you. So let it guide you. You got the presence. You got the power. Now you're getting it. Beautiful. You got the power. You got the presence. The one and only. The living essence. The light's inside you. So let it guide you. You got the presence. You got the power. Now we're gonna say, I've got the power. Let's get it going, yeah. I've got the presence. The one and only. The living essence. The light's inside me. So it will got the power. I've got the presence. I've got the power.
Good morning, Unity of Walnut Creek. Welcome. My name is Eileen Hausfeld.
And my name is Bob Hardy. Welcome to our service.
So we want to greet and bless everyone who is watching online. And your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we are grateful to have you with us. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So please join me in welcoming our featured musician, Mitch Munroe. There's joined by Tyler on keyboards, Dusty on bass, Dan on drums. Diane played the prelude music, and Lisa and Diane are our Unity song leaders today. Thank you all for sharing your music with us.
Quite a team, quite a team.
Yeah.
Reverend Kristen will deliver today's message titled, When the Soul Feels the Sacred Rumble.
Before we begin, I invite you to turn your phones to silence as we enjoy this sacred service together.
All right, so let's take a moment to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. That sounded heavy. Bay Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay Miwok and Ohlone people of today, and we are grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and Mother Earth.
Yes, we do. And unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, and we can say this together if you like, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
Our mission is who we have come here to be. Again, let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. And our core values are
Love, connection,
service, and wisdom.
And if you are here with us for the first time, welcome. If you feel comfortable doing so, please raise your hand so we may give you a welcome packet. Any brave new people here this morning? There we go, right there in the back.
All right. Someone over there too.
All right. Welcome, welcome. In addition to information about Unity, this welcome packet includes a $10 coupon, which you can use to attend a class or other event. We're so glad to have you with us here today. We invite you to visit our Welcome Center bookstore across the patio after service and get another welcome gift, and we'll hope you'll stay with us and visit after the service. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Connection cards are available in the newcomer packet and in the seat pockets in front of you. So these are for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
We have one of those right here.
Oh, yes.
Voila, looks like that.
That's what the connection card looks like, yes.
Yeah. You may also share feedback or request information. Please place your card in the basket with the offering when it comes around. And for those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our website. We have several activities to highlight this week.
Okay, to start with, we'd like to invite Reverend Kristen to the platform to introduce someone else.
We'll leave that a mystery. Actually, I'd like to introduce Victoria Rue, who's up here in the front row. She is a playwright and director, has been for over 50 years, a Fulbright scholar, Emerita University lecturer, and a Roman Catholic priest. You might not have known that women could be Roman Catholic priests, and she might tell you a little bit more about that journey later. In 2018 to 2019, she was a Fulbright scholar at a university in Bethlehem, Palestine, where she shaped her interviews of Christian and Muslim people that were on the topic of Mary and Miriam into a play. And the State Department of the U.S. toured that play throughout Palestine before it came to the U.S. She will be with us today at 2 o'clock for a screening of that play and more, and Victoria is going to come up and tell you all about it. Thanks for being with us, Victoria.
Thank you very much, Kristen. Appreciate your welcome and appreciate your welcome. Well, we are the day after a huge coming together that was action and hope in these chaotic times, particularly in the face of a war that no one wants, because it is engulfing the Middle East and soon is engulfing the rest of us. And in that spirit, we come to a day called Palm Sunday, in which, as the Gospels tell us, Jesus comes riding on a simple donkey into Jerusalem. And the crowds ask and shout, "Hosanna, Hosanna. Blessed is he who comes in the name of our God. Hosanna in the highest." And I want to ask, where was Mary? Was she in the crowd? Was she too concerned about what might happen? Perhaps she wasn't there. But if she was there, was she afraid for what could happen to her son? And so perhaps she stood and listened and watched, as later she would do throughout the rest of what was about to happen. As Kristen just mentioned, I wanted to find out who she is, Mary, in the Christian tradition, and Maryam in the Islamic tradition. Who is she in 21st century Bethlehem? And so I asked about 30 Christians and Muslims those questions, amongst others. And from that material, I shaped a play. So every word of this play are the voices of Palestinians. And let me say that I don't think you or I get to hear very much the voices of Palestinians. So this is your opportunity to hear them, to see them as human, wonderful, courageous people. Imagining who Mary is to them, who Maryam is to them today. So we offer these films to you today, and we also want you to know that your money will be very well used, because it will all go to the Middle East Children's Alliance, at least that portion of your ticket that is allowed to go there, will go to the Middle East Children's Alliance. And they, for the last 20 years at least, have been providing food and clean water to the people of Gaza and Lebanon. Because you all know that what is happening in Lebanon is also what has happened, what is going on with a colonizer, which we will call Israel. So, yes, you understand my point of view. Your money will be well used. as it goes to the Middle East Children's Alliance. Do your part. If yesterday you did your part, or if you weren't able to do your part yesterday, you can do your part today with a piece of action. Spend your money wisely. So I hope you'll come and enjoy these two films, Mariam, A Woman of Bethlehem, and second film, a documentary called Mary, Under Occupation. Thank you.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you. So, Mark, next announcement. Sorry, I'm a little bit. I just need to take a breath. Thank you. Mark your calendar for Unity's Good Friday service, combined with Be Loved this Friday, April 3rd at 7 p.m. Immerse yourself in a sacred evening centered around a play written by Olivia Roby. This is a fresh and meaningful perspective on the story of the Last Supper and Good Friday. Offering a modern interpretation, it invites each of us to reflect on this message and apply it to our own lives. The evening includes communion with metaphysical interpretation and is supported by violin, guitar, vocals, visionary art, and meditation. Joan Olivia Roby, Reverend Kristen, Cindy Thiara, Delia Flores, Jonathan Adelson, Lisa Snorden Phelps, and crew to be love on this Good Friday. Come open your heart to the deeper meaning of this sacred day and experience the power of renewal, surrender, and divine love.
Good Friday. Rise up after that to Easter Sunday, which is next week Sunday. Let's celebrate Easter's potent breakthrough of human consciousness into glorious aliveness and springtime joy. Come gather on this joyous occasion, including uplifting music from the Joyful Hearts Choir, an inspirational message, and an Easter egg hunt for the children.
Yeah, that's right. All right. And are you new to Unity or returning after a long absence? Or wanting to welcome people to new to Unity? Join us on April 12th at 1:15 in the community room for our New to Unity welcome. Enjoy light snacks as you make new friends and learn about Unity.
And then, would you like to learn more about Unity beliefs, principles, and history? Join Reverend Christian for Unity Basics class starting Thursday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. The class will be held in the sanctuary and is open to everyone. All 3 sessions are required to become a new member.
All right. Look forward to that. And come celebrate Earth Day with us after that as we bless our land and take care of our sacred Unity grounds. Yeah, all right. We have some leaders out there. There are plenty of ways to get involved. You can sign up on the patio to help with landscaping, painting, or cleaning tasks. This is on Saturday, April 18th. All are welcome, even if you would rather not paint, clean, or garden. Come support the effort by bringing a plant-based dish and joining in the fun.
Okay.
Lots of options there.
Lots of
Afternoon.
options.
Hope it's nice as today.
And now, as we prepare for our time of meditation, yes, Ray?
We just asked if there's a men's lunch today for any men that want to come right after the service.
Okay.
Oh,
So Carl's saying that there's a men's lunch after church service today. If you're welcome to join us.
If we didn't bring food, come anyway.
All right.
Yeah, and that might be attractive if you're planning to go to the films after at 2 o'clock. So nice bridge. Food. Okay, now as we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath and affirming our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We begin with music, followed by guided meditation and silence.
Feel free to sing along if that helps you sink into meditation. this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know, I know, I know. 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 I know this rose will open.
So we let these thought seeds be planted in our heart. Hope and new life. What's to come? What am I becoming? Forever in transition, forever in a process of evolution. New seeds planted in the springtime of my heart. New hopes and dreams, creative ideas. Who am I now and who am I to unfold? And what stage am I in? A seed or a stem? A tight bud or an opening flower? Or a rose in full bloom? And can I be with all the stages wherever I am? Allowing, welcoming, listening. So as we enter our silent time, you may wish to plant a seed of your own in your heart of prayer, a desire, an intent. And then let it go, knowing that you are watering it with the richness of silence and with the intention of opening at the right and perfect time. So let's enter the silent time. Knowing growth is happening even in the stillness, in the silence. I invite you to take a moment to see in your own mind's eye, within your heart, where am I now? At what stage in the growth process and the blossoming is a particular phase of life? Are we at the stage of the seed or the stem, the bud or the blossom? And what do I need to water and feed my own growth, my own blossoming consciousness? Both the rich soil and the darkness, the watering of our prayers and affirmations, and the light that we stretch forward toward are all a part of that growth. Let us welcome it as we open up. And so it is.
I know this rose will open.
When a step seems too hard to take, every turn is like a big mistake. It makes you want to close your eyes and hide. Trust yourself, even if you're scared. Don't give up, don't give in to fear. All the strength you seek, find it inside. Open up, spread your wings and rise above the clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time, no one else can live your life. So open up to where you know you belong. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. Speak your mind. Don't be a stranger. Don't hide yourself out in the open. Step into the spotlight and shine. Speak your mind, fall like a domino, a chain reaction that sets the world aglow. Be amazed at how it falls in line. Open up, spread your wings and rise clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time, no one else can live your life. So open up to what you've known all the time. And round we go, we don't fall down. More than flesh and bone, heart and soul, light and miracles. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. Open up, spread your wings and rise above the clouds in your mind that blind you to who you really are. Don't waste your time, no one else can live your life. So open up to what you've known all the time. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. You are more than you are. You are. Oh.
Thank you, Mitch, and band, and everybody, and Lisa. Good morning, again. There's always more of you on the second greeting. We're always in the principle of multiplication, right? Of expansion. So as Victoria mentioned, it's Palm Sunday. It's that day when Jesus enters Jerusalem, and this is a kind of a triumphant entry. And yet there's a symbolism of the donkey, the humility that he rides on. And he's treated like royalty, right? There's this welcome. People put down the colorful cloths and wave their palms and yell Hosanna, a word for praise and joy and excitement. And all of this is going on. And Jesus is receiving it. He is taking it in. I think of the time when Mary's anointing him and others are saying, oh, that money could have been given to the poor. And he says, let her and let me be celebrated, So he's taking it in. It's a good lesson in receiving. And all the while present to that, there's a sort of rumbling going on in his soul, right? There's a knowing that there's a distant kind of crowd, really only days away. Very different energy in that crowd, isn't it? They're not yelling Hosanna, they're yelling crucify him. How things can change so quickly. And I love that Victoria brought up, what was going on for Mary? I bet there was a rumbling going on in her soul too, and all of his followers. There was a lot of rumbling happening in the crowd, right? Because there's a feeling, a knowing that some kind of change is in the air. Can you relate to this rumbling thing? A rumble in your soul? Have you had that experience before? Yeah. So there's a lot more going on than meets the eye on Palm Sunday, as there is every day of our lives on the spiritual path. So that rumbling that you've had before, maybe you can remember, or maybe you're in the midst of one now in your life where you can kind of even relate to the idea of the definition, which is a deep and resonant sound like thunder, like distant thunder coming over the hills, There's that sense of something is some big change is happening. I don't yet know exactly what it is, often is the case, but I can begin to feel it before it happens. You know, it's like how they say that animals feel an earthquake or a hurricane before it happens, and they move to safer ground, or they become very silent. Something changes markedly in their behavior long before humans seem to catch on. But when you're sensitive on the spiritual journey, you become more sensitive to the rumble when it begins to happen, even if it's in the distance. And so what do we do with this thing, this change that is coming, this rumble? What is it all about? You know, it's a thing that happens in the soul. It's not something that is thought up in the mind. It's not when we say, okay, I'm going to go plan this, or I have this goal, and we take the outer steps to do it. It's different. It's got a different flavor than that, right? It's got this deep, resonant flavor to it. It's got guidance with it. And maybe that scary, excited feeling. You know the one? Yeah. So we've all been there before, and what we know about it is it will always signal life transition. Now, that could be the big life transition, the big physical life transition, or it could be just a way of life, a way of being. Something in our lives is falling away as new life arises, as something new is born through us and as us. It might be a kind of ego death, or it might be just a shift in the way that we are experiencing life. So for Jesus, he knows that the week is going to unfold into different trials and tribulations. He knows that his physical death is likely imminent, and that there will be some kind of ongoing life as promised. That's probably, in my estimation, what he knows. But I don't know that he knows all the details or exactly what's going to happen or how it's all going to unfold. And it's probably more than a lot of times we know when we initially feel the rumble. But sometimes we might know. We have a sense of where we're headed or what it's about anyway. So today I want to just illuminate some different stories of how the rumble can come in and how we can deal with the rumble, how we can spiritually prepare then for the change that is to unfold, that is to come in our lives, for the opening up. We didn't plan all this, the rows and the opening up, but you'll see how aligned we were, which is, I love when that happens. So for Jesus, he's showing us to stay present. Like, I feel the rumble, but I'm also present to what is here now. I know that something's coming. I hear the distant, different sound of the crowd, but I'm going to be present to what is here now. So there's a real teaching in that. You know, Myrtle Fillmore, our co-founder in Unity, had a sense that her life transition, it was time for her life transition. She was healthy at that time in her life, and she just got really clear that she could do her work more effectively on the other side. And so she went around to all of her Unity coworkers and folks and said goodbye. And then 2 weeks later, she peacefully made her life transition, doing her work on the other side, no doubt. So for many of us, it's not like time for that one, that life transition. Maybe for some of us it is. We never know, right? But we can look at the many small deaths that happen in a lifetime if we allow them that can really serve us. And it's those times when it's time to let go of something. Maybe it's in us, a way that we show up, or maybe it's something in our life conditions, but it's time. You know, there comes a time when we feel the rumble, and it's the sign, it's the sound, it's the feeling, it's the sense. Something is shifting here, and I need to let the shift happen. You know, we too can feel an earthquake, right? So it's kind of like that feeling. It's like, whoa, something is going on here. And we can feel it collectively too. You know, when we tune into what's going on collectively, there is a rumble. You know, we often talk about this, that while we are in situations and conditions that many of us would rather not have right now in our lifetimes and in our world, there is a kind of rumble when you tune in spiritually that says it's all part of a breakthrough. It's all part of something new being born. And it can be a difficult ride in the meantime, as it can be for us individually. So I have a friend, I'll call her Denise, and Denise kept having these dreams that she was going to die. And she was telling me about these, but every time she said, I just don't feel like it's really about a physical death. I think maybe some kind of egoic death, or that's what I'm hoping it is. And not long after that, right? Me too. Not long after that, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So then the question comes up again, like, what were these dreams about? What is this about? And she just so gracefully met that diagnosis and that whole process, moving through the treatments one step at a time, the emotional ups and downs, but supporting herself with prayer support, with a support group, with keeping her meditation practice up, all these things that help steady her through the process. When she went for her last treatment, the doctors couldn't believe it. They said that the tissue, the renewed tissue, was like a baby's. It was like brand new tissue. It was pink and it was vital and it was just alive and just fresh. And they said they'd never seen anything like it. Also, what I noticed and what she noticed is she was different. She used to be a little bossy, pretty kind of a domineering approach to life, and other people. And she really softened. And she became somebody who listened and who, in a new way, who brought compassion in a new way. That old kind of harder edge of her personality receded, and this softer way of being arose. And it was a pretty profound shift. So many of us have these in our lifetimes. Maybe sometimes they feel subtle, sometimes they feel profound, but they're all like these little mini egoic deaths. And that's really what we're up to throughout this week. It can be very profound as we look at the events of this week and align it with our own spiritual journeys. And it can also be subtle aspects of growth. That little bud is just starting to open. Or it could be the full blossom. We don't know. We're just in it for the ride, aren't we? But I believe that because my friend Denise stayed present herself to the process, was gracious with herself, she could become more gracious and more present with others through that process as well, more compassionate and so on. Rumbles almost always are like a soul calling or a spiritual calling of some kind. There's some kind of recognition that you're being called into a new way of being. My initial call to ministry literally came during a rainstorm. And those Midwestern rainstorms, like the big ones, there is thunder and lightning, right? And it was so intense, I couldn't drive. So I was sitting in the parking lot at this university with my then partner, Dawn, and I had just audited this class because the professor was trying to woo me into the program and get a PhD under his supervision. And that would have been the next step on the career path I was on in education. So I was seriously considering it. But in the middle of that rainstorm where we couldn't drive anywhere and there's this distant thunder going on, there's a rumbling going on in my soul. And I start crying and I'm telling Dawn, I don't know. It's like God's calling me to do something. I feel this urgent, like it's urgent, but it's distant. There's this there's something here. There's change coming. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how to discern what it is. Have you ever had this kind of feeling in your lifetime? There's kind of a call, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is that I'm being asked to do. You just know that change is in the air. The shift is coming of some kind. And it wasn't that long after that I felt guided to apply to Unity's ministerial school. And as they say, the rest is herstory. In Women's History Month, we're just going to call that herstory. But, it was quite a process. And the yes to the call involved a lot of endings. And so it's good for us to have the heads up that when we say yes, because it's a big part of our resistance, but if we can just go into it wide-eyed and just say, okay, there's going to be some endings here, but I also know that I'm called to the new beginning, to the new life, to the rebirth of more the truth of who we are, right, that wants to come forward. That's what the journey is all about. And so when we hear the rumble, it's just the rumbling of your true self that says, I need to get out of here. I need to express. I need more space. Allow me to create, to be, to express in a new way. So for me, there was an ending to my career, that career path I had been on. There was an ending to having to move from Chicago to Missouri. I thought, wow, what's going on in Missouri? And it ended my relationship too. So it was like everything ended, it seemed to me, and everything was beginning again. And I cannot imagine, I weep to think about had I not said yes to this path. Had I ignored it, had I pushed it away, had I gone the other direction, what would have happened? You know how that is for you when you come to those forks in the road. And sometimes we regret that we ignored it. But don't, worry and spin too much around that, because if it's truly your soul's calling, it'll come in the back door, and it'll come in the side door, and it'll come again and again and again. If it's the knocking on the door of your heart that needs to be expressed, that needs to come forward. So just trust and allow. So I just want to say about, whatever you're feeling, whether you're in the midst of this right now, or you've experienced it before, or now that we're talking about it, you're starting to tune to it more, and pretty soon you're hearing or feeling or sensing that kind of soul rumble. I just want to implore you to say yes, even though you may be confused by it. Nobody could have surprised me more that I was being told or asked or guided into ministry. I was like, what? I was like Moses standing at the burning bush, looking around in the wilderness. Who, me? As if there's like somebody back there that could have taken it instead, So it does, or like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, take this cup from me. We come to those places, we get worried, confused, weighed down by what we're being asked because we're already in grief about what we think we might have to end in order to say yes to the new beginning. And that's all human, and it's all part of it, and it's all okay as long as we keep moving, as long as we keep allowing, as long as we keep listening to that true spirit, that true voice that is within us, because it is always going to be better than we could have imagined. Maybe not immediately. Maybe it looked like a big mess at first, but it will be. It's like, I always tell Terry how much I love the sign for growth. It's like it has that real, we break through at some point, and then look at that opening, look at that blossom. The rumble could signal something, maybe not an end to a relationship, but it could signal a shift in a relationship. Sometimes a big shift has to happen in a relationship, or it wants to happen. And will we ignore that, or will we allow it? Will we move forward with it? Sarah is a woman I know who has become very sensitive to chemicals and scents. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, right? A higher level of sensitivity. And she's had so many conversations with her mother about this. She goes to visit her mother out of town. She's introduced her mother to less toxic cleaning products, less toxic laundry stuff. And her mom refuses to use it. So every time she goes to visit, she suffers through these allergic reactions. So now she's preparing for a new visit. Now, this is a 40-year-old relationship dynamic where Sarah feels like her mother's needs have always trumped her own. And so for her to step up and to speak up is an enormous shift in the dynamic of this relationship. And so this time, she's mustering up the courage to tell her mom, I am coming for a visit, but this time I won't be staying at your house. I'll be staying at a friend's. And she doesn't know. Like the rumble carries a question. And the question is this a breakthrough in this relationship or a breakdown? And sometimes we don't know. But we need to find the courage within ourselves to keep taking each step, to walk through that gate of transformation that is Palm Sunday, and to allow ourselves to keep walking. Where is Jesus headed? To Jerusalem. Metaphysically, that's always the spiritual center, moving toward the spiritual center. And so there's this sense that I am moving toward the spiritual center, even though it might look a little crazy and messy along the way. So for my friend Sarah, it's really the question of, will I take the risk? And that's often the question we hold. Will I take the risk with this relationship, with the situation, with whatever it is? So we have this idea that at some point, the day comes when the risk to remain tight in the bud is greater than the risk it took to blossom. Now, many of you might be looking at the attribution saying, what? That's Aeneas Nin, not Elizabeth Appel. Well, actually, they're saying now it is Elizabeth Appel, who is a local playwright, screenwriter, and novelist. And Aeneas Nin, the French-born American author, did not actually say it, but she wrote very similar things. And we'll hear from her a little later. But I wanted to set the record straight, especially during the Women's History Month. So let's take these stories that we've just talked about, and let's look at what happened in each of the stories for the person to spiritually prepare. Because that's really what the question is. Once the rumble comes, it's like, okay, how am I going to spiritually prepare for this? What am I going to do? So what did each one do? What did Jesus do to spiritually prepare for his death and his resurrection? Well, there was that presence, right? There was that sense of presence. But also, later in the week, he shared with his followers what he was discerning, what was to come, what he sensed was going to happen, and to prepare them, right? To prepare them to go out in the world. And he didn't mince words. Look, you're going to face persecution, most likely. These teachings are not going to be popular throughout the masses initially because they're challenging to the order and the power of the day. But yet, there's this truth that you know in your soul. And so go forward with these teachings. And you know, he was sharing with them. And then, as I mentioned, he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, praying, surrendering, giving over some of the things he did to move along. And how did Denise spiritually prepare for her egoic death? You know, she also centered herself, and listened to her dreams, paid attention to her dreams, sat with the meaning behind her dream, and allowed the unfolding interpretation of that unfolding mystery to happen in her life without just pushing it away. Oh, weird dream I had last night, and move on, right? Instead, it was like, no, I keep having these dreams. Obviously, Spirit is trying to tell me something. And so then she just took the steps, right? Took the steps of the treatment, went through the process until she allowed herself to completely surrender one way of being and to take up a new part of her soul and allow that to be expressed. And then Sarah, you know, what did she do to shift that dynamic with her mother? She got in touch with her feelings and needs, and she shared them. She shared specific requests. And then she set another boundary. So along the way, she got more courageous with what she needed to do to help her shift, to allow her to take care of her own needs at the risk of some kind of change in that relationship with her mother. So every one of these has a different, you know, in my case, it was really just about listening and then taking each of the steps to let go of my old life and move into my new life, and to be willing, right, to do all of that. So when your soul feels the sacred rumble, let's just kind of, all of these kind of come together, all these different scenarios and vignettes come together with some basic ideas of what it is to do in those moments to spiritually prepare. Let's take a look at a snapshot of that. Oh, I skipped over Aeneas Nin. Let's go back, that's okay. Because I did say I was going to presence her. Let's bring that slide back up. I don't know what happened to the words. We lost them. Maybe we weren't supposed to do it after all. Well, it was essentially, I can tell you. It's essentially about not ignoring the rumble when it comes, right? And so Aeneas Nin says this: life is a process of becoming, a combination of states we have to go through. Where people fail is that they wish to elect a state and remain in it, and this is a kind of death. So it's that other death that happens when we ignore it, right? It's that stagnating death. It's that death of a part of our soul and our heart and our vibrancy that goes kind of, everything's sort of meh. and it's a kind of a heavy feeling, right? But we just sort of muster through it. And none of us want to live, I don't think any of us in this room want to live that kind of life. And in reality, no human being does, but not everybody's aware of that yet. And so it's that recognition. It's that recognition that when we hear the rumble, just listen and allow yourself to take the next step and the next step and the next. So getting back to the synopsis of we can go back to that other slide now. Thanks, AV Booth, for just rolling with me in all different directions. And I see Jody's on the camera. Is this the first time? Oh, okay. Well, she's new-ish to the video team, so thank you, Jody. And thank you, Lariah, and thank you, Dave. And all of you who are online today, by the way, welcome and thank you for being with us. So as we wrap up here, let's take a look at the snapshot of what we do here. What do we do when I feel the rumble? So I'm prepared when the rumble comes. What am I going to do? So essentially pay attention, right? Listen to it. Just be aware of what's happening inside of you and give it credence. And that's a key thing. Give it credence. Don't ignore it or try to distract away from it. But let it land. Let yourself honor it. Honor your soul's path, because that's really what you're doing. You're honoring your soul's journey by giving it credence. To know that your soul is headed to a breakthrough, not necessarily a breakdown. And then take courageous action to honor it. So whatever it is that action might be, just know that there may be endings, and endings can be meaningful and graceful. It's the ignoring that ends up making them a little bit messy. Like my friend who kept hearing, I need a break, I need a break, I need a break, and she kept pushing at a fast pace, and then she broke her ankle. And she said, well, I got my break, but I was Dan's right on cue. You're listening, Dan. She was imagining a beach vacation kind of break, But that's the thing, right? The guidance comes, and we ignore it at our own peril. But we're still going to get whatever it is that was coming. So on this Palm Sunday, let's enter these gates of transformation. Let's move through this portal with the triumph, with the celebration, with the joy of what's to come. And recognize that there might also be a rumbling of what changes in the air for us, what's possible for us. And to allow ourselves to stay attuned to that, and then spiritually prepare in the ways that we are guided. So I invite you to affirm this with me as we begin this really profound week of transformation together. Together, I attune to my soul's sacred rumble. I am spiritually prepared for my breakthrough. So it is. Thanks, everyone online.
Thank
right.
you,
Well,
Kristen. It's your turn.
That's all right. You can thank her if you like. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Kristen.
Yes, the honoring the rumble. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, there is rumbling going on in all sorts, and to pay attention to that and to remind us to be spiritually present is, I think, hardest for our little brains that are running around the room. But if we can be present spiritually, we can feel it, we can see it maybe, we can know that there is something that we can move forward on to take that first. What is that first step? It is a little scary. So thank you. Thank you for reminding us.
So, our prayer chaplains are available after this service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain today serving, please stand up. There we go, Ray, Susan, Mike. Our prayer chaplains wear the purple stoles.
Whether you have a joy or concern in your hearts today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
And for your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community, shown on the screen in front of you. For those of you watching online, there's a donate button on the Watch Live page. It's like my favorite button. We encourage everyone to set up regular and automatic giving to Unity using your bank's free bill pay service. So Let Go and Let Flow, that's our Unity giving campaign. And to date, we've reached 20% of our community goal in auto giving this year. A big thank you to those who have enrolled. See board members Jen or Lola on the patio today after services to learn about how to enroll in auto giving. Can paint an Easter egg out there as well. And now IRAs too. A little something about that.
Yeah, did you know that if you're 70 and a half or older, what we like to call rich in wisdom, you can make what's called a qualified charitable distribution directly from your IRA to Unity. You know how you have what's called RMDs, required minimum distributions? Well, you can get whoever holds your money to write the check directly to Unity. Not to you and then to Unity, but directly to Unity, and then you don't pay taxes on the distribution. And so then there's extra money, and it all could go, well, there's a little more money for Unity. Yeah. So anyway, that's how it works. And so there's a brochure on this to explain it more fully than I just did. And so you may also sign up to indicate your interest in a workshop on legacy giving. So stop by, ask questions, and explore how simple and meaningful giving can be when we let go and let flow and know how to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
You're moving along.
I move along. Joy-filled and grateful.
So it is.
That's-
Thank you. Nice job.
When I see what's on TV, it looks a little scary to me. But if you know the truth, then it'll set me free. God is so good.
All the time.
God is so good.
All the time.
God is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
All the time.
All the time.
I'm walking by faith and not by sight. What seemed wrong today, tomorrow might seem right. All is well, it's all good and unfolding as it should. God is so good.
All the time.
God is so good.
All the time.
God is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
All the time. Well,
So good.
through the highs and lows,
So good.
through my troubles and my woes,
So good.
through the peaks and valleys. I can feel the spirit inside me. So good, so good, so good all the time. All the time.
God is so good.
Through my darkest hour,
So good.
I call on the mighty power
It's so good.
to carry me through.
God is so
You
good.
better believe it's true. So good, so good all the
All
time.
the time.
When I see what's on TV, it might look a little scary to me. But if I know the truth, then I am free. God is good.
All the time.
God is so good.
All the time.
God is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is so good. So good. All the time.
You really should take that on the road. That was super fun. But don't leave here. You know, always come home. Yeah, always come home on Sunday. All right. Well, we thank you, Spirit, for the beautiful music, for each other, for the beautiful day, for life, for all the blessings that we have that are just so numerous, too numerous to name. But just letting our hearts feel the gratitude and knowing that that gratitude multiplies our good, prospers us in every way. And so we bless the givers as well as the gifts as we say this blessing together. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
I see some kids coming in. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one.
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Before I hand it over to the kids, I want to let you know we have a fundraiser going on for youth ministry. It's with C's Candy, and so you can find it online, our online shops. You order your candy from them, and it comes to your house, and the profits go to our youth department. So lots of little Easter treats on there for you. So who wants to share? Lily.
We did like a cool play about spring.
Oh.
We also played the egg game where you're supposed to balance an egg in order of the spring equinox.
Anything else? Yeah, balance.
Mike's got something.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
The big kid at the end wants to say something.
Big kid here, yeah. The Uniteens, we wrote affirmations which will be used next week as a part of our Easter egg hunt. So.
Nice. Oh, good.
Other than that, we didn't do anything.
All right, let's bless the children, youth, and teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, We appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
All right, so we're going to sing our closing song. Please stand in body or in spirit, and you can put your hand on your heart. You can look at your neighbor and see if they want to hold hands. There we go, we got it going here. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Your soul is rumbling. Our souls are rumbling. We are the love and the light on earth right now. So let your light shine. Have fun and spread joy.